Hi YouTube, it's Alicia. This is going to be my labor and delivery story. I have been trying to record this. Well, I have recorded this actually, but my editing program won't accept my phone right now. I recorded it on my phone, so I don't know. So I'm doing it on my camera and we'll try it again. So let's just get it started. On July 19th, it was Thursday, the night before the surgery, I was extremely nervous. I had a lot of family here, so I was very distracted. Oh no, Zoe's waking up. I was very distracted until it was time for bed. And then my mind started racing and I was watching Wyatt sleep, and then I started to get all this regret. I don't know if regret's not the right word. I started to get a lot of, I don't know the word I'm looking for. I was very nervous to change Wyatt's life. I see it. I was very nervous to just change his life, you know, and he had no idea what was coming. Bye. Bye, Pedro. He had no idea what was coming, and I was just feeling a lot of guilt. And then of course I was nervous for the surgery. So anyways, I didn't get much sleep. 4 o'clock in the morning on July 20th, I woke up just because I couldn't sleep anymore. And the whole house was sleeping. All my family was sleeping, and Zach and Wyatt were sleeping. And it was really nice because I was able to relax and get my mind in the right place because I was a little bit everywhere the night before. So I had some time to myself to slowly get ready and just take it easy. And then at 5 o'clock in the morning, I called the labor and delivery deck and asked them if I should come in because they told me to call prior. And they gave me the go-ahead. So my mom, my stepmom, my mom, my mother-in-law, and my sister Zach and I went to the hospital. And Wyatt stayed here with his grandpa and his auntie. So we went to the hospital and they put me in the room. I changed to my gown and the lady started my IV. Oh no, Zoe's up. She tried to put my IV right here in the most awful spot ever. It hurt so bad. Like, I wasn't nervous already, and then she tried to put it right here. And of course it didn't work, and she was like digging for a freaking, it was awful. I was really mad, and my mom turned into Mama Bear and got really, really mad. And my mom is soft-spoken, kind of shy, and she was rolling her eyes and making it clear that she did not like what this lady was doing. And so the lady's like, I'm gonna try it again. So then she put it in my hand, kind of off to the side, in my right hand, which I thought was really stupid because I'm right-handed. But I wasn't gonna have her change it and try again in the left hand. So that hurt really bad. And to be honest, that was one of the worst pains of the day, was when she was trying to put the IV on the freaking side of my forearm. Then things started happening quickly. And of course I was getting monitored too, or Zoe was getting monitored. Oh good, she went back to sleep. Okay, so then the head surgical nurse came in. His name was Gabe, and he was so funny. He was the best person to have when you are so nervous and scared, because he just changed the mood. He flipped it like it was no problem. He was talking about how much caffeine he's had. He was literally jumping up and down. I mean, he was the best, and I'm so thankful to have him. I mean, everybody was laughing in that room. At first it was like a really abrasive and I was like, who is this guy? He's crazy. But I'm so glad he was there because it totally took my mind off of things. When he was in the room, the anesthesiologist came in, and this guy was wearing like his bandana had flames on it, and he had flames on his scrubs, and I was like, oh, the tough guy. But he was like the sweetest guy ever. His name's Mike. And this tells you something. I knew everybody. I knew my doctor, the nurses, everybody by their first name. Like, they're just friends and family. Like, it was like that's what I loved about my experience. So Mike comes in, and Mike tells me that I'm gonna get a spinal, what to expect. He started asking me questions like, excuse me, is there any, family history, problems with anesthesiology, with being put under. Wyatt, stop, please. You don't drive your cars on the computer. So he was just asking history and things like that off the computer. Keep it off the computer, please. And then he's like, okay, the nurse will come in and you guys are ready to go. And then I started to get really nervous again. Like I was on the verge of getting sick. They brought in Zach Scrubs, and he started to get dressed, and we kissed and hugged and parted our ways because I had to walk to the surgical room. And when I got to the room, there was lots of people. And there was probably there was Gabe, Mike, and probably like 6 others in there. And my doctor wasn't in there yet. And my doctor also had a student with her. So there was a lot of people in there. They sat me on the bed, and I was just talking to Gabe while Mike got the stuff ready for the spinal. And they had me, Gabe and Mike, I was working with Gabe and Mike the most. Gabe and Mike laid me down on my back, put a pillow under my head, and put a warm blanket over me to keep me comfortable because it's super freezing in the room. And then they had me lay on my right side, which is strange because when I had my epidural with Wyatt, I just hunched over when they did it, but with this, they had me lay down and lay on my side, and then they had me flip my left leg over my right leg. Sorry, Wyatt's driving his car on me. And I was gonna get stuck in mommy's hair. Be careful, okay? Yeah, it's a car. So, then Gabe came to the front near my face, and he was so sweet. Gabe was the surgical nurse, the crazy hyper one. He grabbed both my hands like this. We were holding hands like this. And I don't know a better word. It was kind of intimate, but I don't mean in like a romantic intimacy. I mean like a friend intimate, where he just totally made me so comfortable. Because I couldn't have my husband there, I needed somebody to just totally take my mind off things, and he was that person. And we were hand to hand, and he was talking about his wife and his job and just anything but what was going on. And he was the best. And then Mike was behind me softly talking about what he was doing. He was talking, hey, no, that's not nice. You give Tater hugs and kisses. See, that's nice. So, and Mike was behind me talking softly about what was going on and what to expect. And I honestly wasn't trying to listen to him because for me, I don't like to know when I'm going to get poked. I just know what's going to happen and to expect it. So I don't need somebody saying, okay, here it is. I don't like that. So anyways, he cleaned up my back, and then he put the numbing stuff in, which was quite a pinch. It hurt quite a bit. And then he put the spinal in. And that was such a bizarre, the best way I could say it is bizarre, painful feeling. It was painful. And just kind of, like makes your stomach kind of roll, like gross, I don't like it feeling. And it did hurt. And I've had an epidural and a spinal now. And when I compare them, the epidural is quick and it's not painful. It didn't hurt me at all. The spinal, it hurt. And it was like a burning, like pressure. There was a lot of pressure in my spine. I could feel it. And it burned. And once the needle was out though, I was so relieved. I could feel it coming down. It was below my, boobs down. I could feel it kind of tingling down, and it was kind of it was actually kind of a nice sensation because I was so cold. kind of warm, tingling, going down to my toes. Sorry, I'm still trying to get over this cold. And then of course I think that was a lot of my fear with the C-section was the spinal, because I didn't know what to expect. If they told me I was getting an epidural, I wouldn't be nearly as nervous because I knew what those were like. What happened? What happened? Were you not being nice? Maybe we need to leave Tater alone. All better? He's mean. He's a meanie, huh? I kissed you better, baby. All better, okay? He's a mean kitty. Okay. It's all better. Let's not play with Tater. He's grumpy. So, I don't know what I was saying. Then Mike was doing, the anesthesiologist was doing the test to see if I was numb. He had this little stick and he poked me here and he said, "Do you feel that?" And I said yes or no. Obviously yes, because I'm not numb here. And then he poked it on my leg and then on my stomach, and then finally I was numb. And I was saying I was just so relieved because the whole anticipation for this scary spinal is over and I'm ready to go. All of a sudden I am ready to see Zoe. I'm so excited. I'm just like a little girl, just so excited. I can't wait to see Zach in the room. I can't wait for that screen to go up. Let's get it started. Let's get my daughter kind of thing. So anyways, finally Zach comes in. Yeah, 2 feet. Zach comes in, sits down next to me, and the surgery starts. And it's really good. I'm still obviously nervous. Be gentle, please. I'm still really nervous. But I think, Wyatt, please stop kicking the desk. No, baby. I see your feet. I'm still super nervous, but I'm just so excited to see Zoe. And my husband was amazing. I don't know if you guys saw the video, but he's amazing. He's amazing. So, I'm just really nervous for the pressure because with the epidural, I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel pressure. With the spinal, I felt pressure. I felt them pushing on me, tugging on me type thing. So they told me there was going to be a lot of pressure when they were pulling her out. And they told me, stop. I said stop. Oh my gosh, this toddler doesn't listen to me anymore. Shh, mommy is doing something. No desk. Don't touch the desk. As he slaps the desk. This is what I'm talking about. I said no, or you're gonna get down.
No.
So they tell me, okay, here's the pressure, and oh my gosh, literally the table that I was laying on is moving, and it's like shaking, and I'm scared, and it hurts, and I can hardly breathe, and then I just hear her cry, and I don't feel the pressure anymore, and then I start crying. I could hardly breathe. Oh, I totally am skipping so much. He had a mask, an oxygen mask on me for Zoe, and right after, I'm just gonna go back a little bit. Right after I said no, and I mean it. You do it again, you go in timeout. Do you understand?
No.
So, anyways, right after he gave me the spinal and laid me down, I was feeling good, and then I started to feel super nauseous. And he told me if I were to feel nauseous, dizzy, or I can't breathe, I need to let him know right away. And the fact that he said right away made me nervous. But I started to feel super nauseous, and I let him know, and after a little bit, he gave me some medicine in my IV. It went away. But that was one of the worst points in this labor and delivery, was feeling nauseous after the spinal. Also, he said one of the side effects of the spinal is to feel itchy. Doing these videos with him is a nightmare. one of the side effects of the spinal is feeling super itchy and really shaky. With the epidural, I was super, super shaky. I could not stop shaking. But with the spinal, I didn't have the shakes. I was just so itchy, and it started up my nose, and I could feel it just moving its way down my face, into my neck, into my chest. It was not a good feeling, and that lasted for 2 days. So anyways, after the pressure, I was feeling a lot of pressure, and then I heard her cry, and it was like the whole room just went silent, and I could just only hear her cry. I honestly don't know what people are saying around me. I don't know what Zach was saying. I just was hearing her cry, and of course I started bawling, and then my doctor showed her over the blue screen, and it was like reliving the day I had Wyatt, because it was like looking right at Wyatt. I just couldn't believe it. It's like, that's Zoe? Are you sure? Because it looks just like Wyatt. And she was so beautiful, and they brought her over to the table. Zach left my side, and I was just listening to her cry. And then I started to feel so tired, really, really tired. And he said it's because I no longer had a baby in me. It was the hormones taking over, and then also, be quiet please, and then also the medicine, the side effect of the medicine. So I had a hard time keeping my eyes open. I just wanted to sleep. And he goes, go ahead and sleep, but I just wanted to see her first before I went to sleep. And then, so I'm trying to stay awake. So I'm like looking at things in the room. I'm looking at the monitor next to my head. I'm watching Mike behind me. And then I see a light above my head. And so I'm looking at the light. And then I see a reflection of the doctors and my stomach. You do not want to see a reflection of your surgery. Or at least I don't. So it's like one of those things, like you don't want to watch, but you cannot turn your eyes away from it. Like I kept looking up and seeing my surgery going on, and like, stop it, stop looking. Oh my gosh, it was not good. And so like I am trying my damnness not to look at this stupid light that's showing everything. And then they bring over Zoe, and I got to go cheek and cheek, and I just remember she was so warm, like so warm, like almost like a fever, but I don't know, I just remember that. So she was cheek to cheek with me, and she was crying, but as soon as we touched cheeks, she stopped crying, and I was kissing on her, and they sat her there for a long time, which I really appreciated. I thought that was really nice, because usually, you know, they take them away pretty quickly. And then Zach left with her, and I was getting stitched up for a good half an hour after I had her. And then finally, we were done, and they wheeled me into recovery. When we got to recovery, I saw that there was another patient in the room, and I was told that I could have Zoe right away if there wasn't another patient in the recovery room, because the recovery room is shared with all the other surgical wards, and there was another patient. So I almost started crying because I knew I was going to be recovering by myself. I always want to tear up talking about this because it really upsets me. I was in that recovery room by myself for nearly 2 hours without my daughter. And I was pretty miserable because I was so exhausted that I had a hard time like controlling my body. I was so tired that the itching was impossible. Like I couldn't itch. I don't know how to describe it. Like I was completely out of it, and I had a hard time itching, and I had a hard time breathing. And then finally they wheeled me out of, hold on, Zoe's crying. What is it? Hold on, we can't eat yet. Hold on. So anyways, Whoa, careful. So anyways, they wheeled me out of recovery, and Zach came in shortly pushing Zoe, and Zach, you know, left the little bassinet that they have in the hospitals. And then go potty, baby. So he left her at the end of my bed and then came to me and was like, how are you? And gave me a kiss. And I pretty much like shoved him away and ordered my daughter to me. It was kind of rude, but I was so anxious to finally see her. So that's it, you guys. I'm gonna make it quick because she's hungry. This guy's demanding. But I just want to say that I do not regret my decision for the C-section and my decision to go back to this hospital. I loved every single person with this experience. Like, at my 1 week checkup with my doctor, I just thanked her and her staff, and I came to tears because that's how much they mean to me. My nurses that took care of me that weekend, Barb, Victoria, and Alice, were amazing. I just want to like, no, off Zoe. I just like want to find them on Facebook and friend them. But I don't want to be a creep. But I'm just so thankful for them all. And although I'm having a hard time recovering and I didn't get to see her after recovery, I'm just so thankful for all of them. And I'm always going to look back at this experience with a positive, you know, like it's a positive thing for me. It's not anything. No, 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 no. Oh my God. Wyatt, off the window. Away from the desk. You better listen. Now. I mean it. Oh. Hold on. Come here. You're fine. You're fine. Please stop. Please. Mommy is busy. You're not hurt. I don't know if you can see me anymore. So anyways, I'm done. This is why videos are pretty impossible right now. So I'm gonna get off here, and thanks for watching. I'm sorry it's a hot mess. This video is awful. Being gentle. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, brother. So, that's it, you guys. And thanks for watching, and thank you for your patience. And I will get better with videos as soon as it settles down a little bit around here. It's really hard to, obviously hard to film. So, oh, kisses for Zoe. Uh-oh, we're gonna lose it.
Oh,
She doesn't need it. Hold on.
okay.
So this is the end result. This is what I got from the whole thing. There she is. There's my baby girl. Oh, she got brother. All right. Bye, you guys.